A long time ago, we all guessed what was going on at 34 Fairview Road, and I even mentioned it a couple of times, but I was very careful in the beginning about what that party was really like the night of January 28th of 2022, leading into the next morning of January 29th of 2022. It makes a lot of sense that one Jennifer McCabe may be looking for John to come to show up. But we learned, perhaps sort of kinda, allegedly, supposedly, from Brian Higgins' interview, where he talked about spicy relations. And I've always wondered, was this the real reason that Karen didn't want to go in the house? Other than, of course, personal reasons. I think John was on a mission that early morning because he was all boomed up from drinking and being called out at the waterfall earlier. Let's check the cards. I have the Crime and Shadow, pardon the voice, Crime and Shadow, the Tarot, the Kipper, and the Piotnik. Let's ask some questions. Was there a swing set at 34 Fairview Road? Was there a swing set? Oh. This, for many of you watching, this card comes out more often than not. This is that ordinary moment. And let's look at it this way, because I read for Do You Know Her, Jennifer, yesterday. It came out then. This gives me chills when this happens, because this is, and you can take this to the bank, my darlings, this is Spirit saying, you're onto something, kiddo. Because look at the curtain pulled back, waiting for an SUV to pull up and for John O'Keefe to get out and come into the house. This is the moment before, that ordinary time where people are so relaxed they plan on staying for a while and putting their little coat on the back of the chair because they're knuckling in. What do you need to tell us? Yes, what do you need to tell us that night for my darling friends? This is what really was going on. Look at the similarities here, okay? We've got a desk, but then we have someone's alter ego, let's say that, by a window looking out, and then there is one thing that is about to happen. My camera's wonky. Let me reset it. I'll be right back. So now we're going to continue to ask, because this tells me that it was not a matter of hours, but a matter of minutes. And we know that, but for me in my heart, this confirms it. That confirms it right there. Let me know if any of you hear any whistles, taps. Yesterday, I was thinking about John and I heard whistling here in my home 3 times, and we don't whistle. That's a sign of a spirit. I believe that is John's sister. I believe that's what it looks like, that John's, because the one thing that I want to share with you is that when energy starts building like this, there is, or literally should be, a switch on the inside of us to flip on and off. Basically, you know the difference between right and wrong. And when you continue, and you know something is wrong, and you don't flip the switch, and you don't turn back, and you continue to go on, that's when the adrenaline starts kicking in. That's when that barometer, that's when the barometer that you know is governing your soul starts hitting the alarms. I do believe that there was family energy that night that was there. And you see, here we are, and I'm going to say this is after the deed. What do we do now? If you cross the threshold, you become into a colder, darker place. You can't turn back. You can't turn back. Getting a couple more cards. Look at the eyes. Anyone can tell me anything. But I'm going to tell you, this was monstrous evil. It happened that night. And they all know it too. They all know it too. Let's get the kipper. So I started out asking about the swing set, and it turned into the narrative once again. And I know that that's John's energy. Married. Unexpected income and great fortune. Thoughts about childlike new beginning. And a message of concern. This right here, we know many of the players were married. Higgy Baby is not. This unexpected income, that tells me right there that once the tide of this battle started to turn, they understood. They knew exactly they were going right for Karen's pocketbook. They knew it, and they don't care. You see, there's one thing about trying to ruin someone, but then ruining them financially so they can't work. So it's not that she's not capable or incapable. Uneducated, she's professionally credentialed. And yet, look what they've done. But let's put that behind, because I'm going to say this. Look at what she has accomplished. And just in the last 2 weeks, a lot of information is starting to come out from the phones, from FOIA requests. You watch. Keep watching, my darlings. Keep watching. There's a lot of thought now that is happening. And there's going to be a message of concern for the McDefendants from the McHouse. So I'm asking, was this supposed to be a spicy party that night? Were spices involved? Yes. Yes. And there, well, of course, yes. Because they wanted John to come on false pretenses. And I'm going to go this far and say this. I believe that there was an insinuation between John and Jen. Now, Jen most likely flirted with him, and we don't know what happened between the two of them, and most likely we will never know. But I'm also going to tell you that his energy has indicated many times that there was some spark. There was some spark. Did anything happen? I do not think so. But you see, we've got a lot of people in thought here right now. You see this? Lots of people in thought and a widow. My question is, why didn't any of these people show up? They were supposed to be his friends. Oh, we know why. They were there, merriment, and of course, the officer lover card. People make mistakes. No judgment here. No judgment. No judgment. I'm just saying that there's more to this than meets the eye. And you know what? They each had their own agenda for John showing up that night. Higgy with one thing and Jen with another. And when it didn't happen and the incident started going down, Jennifer, in my opinion, allowed whatever to happen. Because you know what? That's what you do when you're filled with ugly. This is, once again, the King of Pentacles looking at Karen, looking at her family for money. And this is also the Knight of Swords. Karen's team now are full steam ahead, facing this head on. And the defendants need to be careful. Let's get a couple of more cards out here. See, it was all about living an abundant life, manifesting what they needed to manifest, and then they walked away. Karen, birthday's coming up in February. She is the Queen of Cups. She is a water sign. This is her right now. Memories are going to start coming back to her. And even though she has remembered a lot, there's going to be some memories coming back to her. And that's what happens when the mind starts relaxing a little bit. It's going to be a while before that poor lady recovers. It's going to be a while. In my opinion, this is telling me, yes, there was a duality to that party at 34 Fairview. What type of party was it? Oh, I don't know. But it ended up like this. Someone's hands are dirty. Someone, more than one, understands and knows. And you know what? I think someone kept a little souvenir. We may find that. The feds may find that. Will the feds step in? Oh, yes, my darlings. Listen, John will get justice. And I want you to stay tuned because I'm going to go live 29th of January, early. I'm going to try to do it at the time frame where John showed up at 34 Fairview. We're going to try to do a remote view. We're going to try to do all these things, my darlings, see if the energy comes in and answers some questions. And you know what? Look at this. The house shows up. We know what's on. We know what's on the agenda. Thanks for watching. See you soon.